You just landed in.
Wait,
Where are we again?
hello guys, and welcome on a new episode with me, Agi, and Monica. And as you can see, this is a new setup because we both traveled to Hungary, and now we are sitting in a studio together, which is something different than what we do normally.
Yeah, finally we can have it together in the same room. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining us today. So, actually, we just came back from our annual girls' trip. Um, and this year we went to Slovenia, which is a bit unusual. Usually we pick something near to the ocean or to just go out and have some cocktails.
Yeah.
But this year we picked something more adventurous destination.
Yeah, actually, we kind of decided it already when I visited you in Mauritius that it would be amazing to go for a rafting trip. And why not go to a neighbor country to Hungary, which I personally never been before. So we picked Slovenia.
Yeah, it's really near to Hungary, so it's just easy to just drive there from here.
Yeah. So should we say how did we travel? So it's quite a exciting story for us because we all live in a different country, right? So you coming from Mauritius, I'm coming from Denmark, Linda is coming from Sweden, and Camilla is our only friend who is still in Hungary, Budapest. So we were kind of traveling all of us to Hungary and decided to rent a car and drive to Slovenia.
Yeah, because usually it's quite a challenge to find a flight from all these destinations to somewhere to have it the same day. So this way it was a bit easier that, okay, we came to Hungary and then, we rented a car and we drove there.
Yeah, but we kind of learned that if we would visit Slovenia again, probably there is a better way to get to the country. So if you're traveling from, I think most countries, what we've been advised that the easiest to fly to Venice, rent a car there, and from Venice it's only 2 hours from Italy to get to Slovenia, and particularly to Bovec because we were in the northwest side of Slovenia, which is close to or bordering with Italy. So if you want to go there rafting, it's easier if you fly to Venice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why we picked Slovenia because we wanted to go rafting actually, and it's really a nice river there, Soča River, where you can go and do the rafting. It's quite an adventure.
Yeah, and it's so funny because we always like, let's go, let's do it, something different. It's gonna be so much fun. But a few days or even weeks before we going there, we all start to get nervous that oh my god, how are we gonna survive this?
Yeah, we were watching videos about rafting trips like, oh my god, we're gonna just fall into the water and drown there. Or
yeah, exactly. And we were also quite nervous about the weather, right? Because so Bovec is in the mountains, right? And the weather forecast said rain for the whole time we were about to be there. And even in Hungary, it turned so bad because normally Hungary is super hot in the summer, right? 35 plus degrees. And now it was like rainy. There was a huge thunderstorm before, and it was like 20-ish degree.
Yeah, really cold. I was not prepared. You can imagine, I'm coming from Mauritius. I don't have any coats or anything. So I prepared for 35 degrees, and then I arrived and it was 20 or even 15 or something in Slovenia when we arrived. Rainy, 15 degrees. And the water in the river is extremely cold. It was 9 or 10 degrees. So and you're gonna be wet anyway. So there is no way.
But what was your first impression when we went to Slovenia? Because by the way, we were driving from Hungary and it was a very long drive. Although we were driving, the three of us, kind of changing each other. So I think it's like 5.5, 6 hours drive from Budapest to Bovec. But brutto, we were. It was like almost 9 hours for us.
Yeah,
Right?
but we have to go to, we had some adventure because one of our friends, she left her passport near to Lake Balaton, where she stayed with her family.
The benefit of this today's world, the no border world, right? That within the EU, they hardly ever ask to show your passport or your ID, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't bring it with you, right?
Yeah.
So we got so casual now that we can just go wherever we want without anything. But then we were thinking, okay, we're gonna drive through like 3 different countries because we are driving from Hungary to Austria, from Austria to Italy, from Italy to Slovenia. I just thought we cannot live without her passport. She thought her driving license is enough.
Yeah, she didn't have an ID either. So because ID is also enough in the EU, but no ID, no passport, only the driving license. So like, okay, we have to go there. So that's why it was a little bit a longer trip, and of course we stopped many times. Have coffee and everything. So actually. Yeah, we left around 7 in the morning, and we arrived. What time did we arrive? Really late.
I think like 4:30ish. 4:30, I think, because we could check into the apartment at 4:00, and 4:30ish.
Yeah, so it was quite a long day, and driving in the mountains is also a challenge. It's tough.
I was driving at the end. It was pouring, raining, and going on the serpentine. And in the back, Linda was like, "Oh my God, Agnes, slow down."
You're used to driving in rainy weather because in Denmark, anyway, it's always raining. So you are used to it. Only these narrow roads in the mountains. It's
exactly. But I think our first impression was
it was beautiful. The mountains, everything green.
It was extremely beautiful. It was the giant mountains. It's a wow effect. Linda always said that she feels like we are in Fiji because that's where you have these, one mountain after the other, and they are all super green, and then some of them has some snow on the top. It's just beautiful. A hidden treasure, I would say, in Central Europe.
Yeah, and there is a lot of trails, hiking trails. If you go there, like. Many people went there with their family, with kids, hiking, and even they did rafting with kids.
Yeah,
it was a birthday party or something for the kid. He turned 9.
Yeah,
he had the balloon, and they were doing rafting for his birthday. So it's wow, that's so cool.
And I think the rafting companies were doing, like, I think they were allowing kids from age 4. To do rafting, which is wow.
4. I cannot imagine.
Chicken, us being scared, and this little kid is sitting there so chilled.
Yeah.
But should we just explain the process? So, in case you guys would decide to go for a rafting trip to Slovenia, I think it's very good to understand like how does it go, how to prepare. Because I think we had some kind of surprises, but also not surprises, but we were not completely well equipped, I would say. First of all, Slovenia, as you mentioned, like it's a hiking, like a nature lovers location. So you want hiking shoes. You don't want to go with the regular like sneakers. Or
like our friends, they came with the regular shoes, and it's slippery, so it's not so good.
There are a lot of rocks, and you're walking on the mountains, so it's quite steep, so you cannot really walk safely in sneakers. So please bring like proper hiking shoes. And I would say, because even though it says good weather forecast, I would say in the mountains it can be a little bit chilly, not cold, but it's just a little bit chilly, like 15, 20-ish, and can get a bit wet, right? Because they have a lot of waterfalls, like all this water running from the mountains. So bring some warmer clothes.
Yeah. It's a good lesson for me because I didn't take any warm clothes. I didn't have, actually. I don't have any warm clothes. So.
But if you are like hiking long enough, you get like sweaty enough that you would not be cold. So
yeah, it was a perfect weather for hiking, actually.
Yeah.
Only for rafting it was a bit cold because when you are wet and we get all these suits and it was already wet when we had to put them on, and it was so cold, wet, and it was like I don't know, 15 or 16 degrees outside.
Okay, we went with a morning, with the morning shift. What is it, like the session? So 8:30 we were starting. So before like 8:30 or like 8:15, we got our wetsuits, right? And what was
wet, really wet and cold.
They were properly wet, like. I think that was the biggest shock for us. Like we were in, long sleeves and long pants and even a light jacket. And then we had to change into this cold, wet.
And then I was like not complaining. I just told the guy, but these are wet. And he was like, but you came for a water sport. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So we were like, okay, we have to stop being girls. So just go with it. So I remember then we all put it on, the long sleeve and long leg wetsuits, completely wet, and the shoes. And it was like 16 outside. And then we sit into this bus, right? And they took us down to the river. And on the bus, oh my God, they opened these ceiling windows. So all this cold air was coming inside on us, on our wet body.
We were freezing.
I think our lips were completely blue by the time we got to the river.
And imagine, because you were coming from Denmark and Linda from Sweden, so you're supposed to be like, you get used to cold weather, but you were freezing.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. And then when we got there, we got kind of like a training before we went into the water.
Safety instructions, what to do.
Yeah.
What happens if somebody fell into the water?
And actually, in my mind, I thought, and I was very naive. In my mind, I thought that, we get there, we just kind of sit in the boats, and then maybe they just say a few things, and then we're gonna go. But of course, the guy, I think the whole training was like at least 15 minutes talk, and he was. I think one of his first sentence was like, "Okay, guys, this is not just a regular chill boat ride. You sign up for an extreme sport, so I want you to take this training serious."
And then that point, we got really, really scared. Like, oh my
then
God,
we were like,
why did we come here?
Oh my God, what did we sign up for? Yeah. And then I think it was interesting because in the boat itself, there was like a rope kind of fixed at the bottom in a crossed way. So when you sit into the boat, we were like, how many of us were in the boat? I think we were like 4 on each side, and then there was a kind of
8.
a captain at the middle and at the end.
Yeah, 8 people plus the guide.
The guide.
The captain. Yeah.
And then this rope at the bottom was something which was kind of holding our feet. So we had to kind of hook our feet under it, so it would keep us in the boat in case you go into a more exciting area in the water. And I think the scary part for me was a little bit when he was talking about, okay, what happens if you fall in the water? And you cannot just swim, or you have to do the fast swim. So or you just lay on your back and float with the river, and wait for them to kind of get you out of the water.
Yeah, and the water was shallow, but they said you're not supposed to stand up. You're supposed to swim, but only freestyle. You cannot do the breaststroke, and like I can only swim in breaststroke. What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
But fortunately we didn't fall into the water.
Yeah, actually, and I think like guys really there were quite a few nationalities. Of course, we were the loudest from all, like 4 girls
screaming,
loudly laughing, and of course they put us to the front on the boat. And at the beginning, I don't know why I thought that that's gonna be kind of the easier one. I don't know. I really
all the water was coming to our face.
Oh my God! In the front, you were like, paddle to the front, paddle ahead, and then we were
right, forward, backwards, and like Oh.
So there is proper instructions, and both sides supposed to do things fairly at the same time. And you really have to move your body as well when you kind of paddling, because it's not enough just to kind of move what they said, the feather of the thing, of the paddle, but you really have to move your whole body to the front, to the back, based on.
But they showed everything, like how you're supposed to paddle and how.
So it was all clear, but oh my God, guys, we've seen. It's quite fun because they have someone with a GoPro and a camera who is following you across the river. So they are recording all of your moments. And when we haven't even checked all the videos yet. I only seen some of the pictures what Linda's husband sent us, and what he did. He zoomed onto our faces on the pictures, and he just sent it to us. Oh my God, guys! We're gonna show some on our video. It's like a comedy. Like, oh my God, we were laughing so much.
Our faces, like, we are like scared to death and trying to survive.
Oh my God, like, it's just so funny. Like, of course, we were in the front, so all this cold water coming into our face, on our body. Imagine maybe maximum 18 degrees, I think it was, even when it kind of the sun started to come out.
And the water is 9 degrees.
And the
really
water,
cold.
I think it was even colder. I don't know.
It felt really cold, actually.
And this cold water is coming into our face, into our body. And
but then you're supposed to still paddle, but you cannot see because the water is in your face, and like you paddle.
Yeah, exactly. You can't see anything but paddling. Oh my God, it was fun. I definitely would recommend it, because some places for me which was kind of scary because there are these giant rocks in the river, and some places you have several giant rocks, so you kind of have to go in between those, and you almost cannot avoid to bump into them. And basically they said that we need to lean towards the rock, so because if you lean against
if you're stuck with the boat,
because if you lean against the rock before you would bump into it, it can push us into the water. We can just flip inside because all the weight would go on the other side of the boat. So we need to lean towards the rock, even though you think, okay,
you don't want to lean.
We're going to bump into it. It's going to hit me, but I need to go that way because we don't want to fall into the river. And I think we did a good job because we didn't fall in the river. Except one guy, he just did a test run and he already fallen.
Yeah, it was at the beginning. We were supposed to try out. Okay, just lean back to check if you fall or not, and then the guy fell into the water.
I thought he was just joking and purposefully jumping.
And he was like,
but
it's
apparently
really cold.
Not. I could see his face expression. I was like, oh, okay, he's doing it on purpose. But then his face was like...
And he was the only guy in the boat. All girls, one guy, and then he fell into the boat.
Yeah, he's poor guy. He had to listen all these women. Oh, my God. I felt a bit sorry for our companions because we were so loud and screaming and talking. And
it was fun.
And it was fun. It was so much fun. And it's not like super dangerous. I understand why kids can go as well, because it's like not super dangerous, guys. If you do the things right,
you just follow the instructions, because the guy who was sitting with us, he knew how to navigate the boat. So he always told us, okay, forward, backward, how to paddle. Yeah. So this is how we could go next to the rocks, because sometimes I just felt, okay, we're gonna hit the rock, but he knew, so he just, oh no, paddle, right side paddle. So we were like, we didn't hit the rocks. Okay, maybe sometimes a little bit, but not really like badly. So it looks scary, but actually, these guys know what they are doing. So it's it's an kind of extreme sport, but not that much, I think. I mean, you have all the safety stuff and...
Yeah, and to be honest, I think I'm considering to go back again, maybe. Also just to see other parts of Slovenia, because really I think it's so beautiful. Like, it's really a hidden gem of Central Europe. And it's quite a tiny place. Like, it only has like 2.1 million inhabitants. It's not that big. But it's super clean.
Yeah, it's so clean,
organized. It's just beautiful. I think I'm surprised that it's not more picked up by tourists, because it's just so pretty. But what I can imagine is maybe it's the airport location, because you really need to drive there. You cannot just kind of fly there and just go there with the bus, because it's also like a lot of serpentines like in the mountains, so we really need a car or a motorbike. You can also just bike there, because it's there are a lot of bikers there, right?
Yeah, and we have seen many really nice camps. People were camping there, and I can imagine, like, with kids, it's so nice, be in the nature, clean air and fresh and beautiful green nature. It's
and the river is so pretty. This Soča River,
so clean.
So
you
clean.
You can even drink from it, they said.
Yeah. So you have, I think it also has that you have like white rocks at the bottom, but the color of it's like this turquoise, greenish, bluish, extremely beautiful color. And it's because of they say it's because of the minerals coming out from the mountains. Yeah, so definitely I would like to go back, because I'm a bit sad that we didn't swim in it, because it's so pretty.
You could have swum, but we were like, it's too cold, we don't want to swim.
I would have probably become like an ice woman after that.
I'm surprised that you haven't been there before. I mean, because it's just next to Hungary, so it's so close. You just drive there and.
Yeah, I don't know why not, but it's really pretty. I liked it very much. I could definitely recommend it to people to go.
Yeah, for sure. Even couples, we have seen couples hiking.
Yeah.
With kids, many people with kids hiking. So it's perfect for basically anyone.
Yeah, and it's the exciting hiking, right? Because it's not that boring flat. It's really mountains. Some places we were climbing up and down to see. We actually wanted to drive from Bovec. We wanted to drive to this Kern lake.
Yeah.
And of course, Google Maps says, sure, you can drive there, but reality is different. So we were driving for, I think, until what was the place called? I don't remember.
I don't know, but just at some point there was no more road.
Lepens.
Oh, yes, I don't know how to pronounce perfectly, but
we were driving for a while, and then we ended up we left the car there because there was no more proper road anymore.
According to Google Maps, there
was some kind of rocky road, but you can't drive there.
No.
And then we asked, there was like a little restaurant there, and we asked the guy like, okay, how we can get to the lake? And then he just said, yeah, you can't drive, you have to hike, and that's like at least 2 hours and
2.5 hours to get there, and then you have to come back. So it's like 5 hours, and but it was like kind of cloudy, and the guy said, it's supposed to rain, so we decided not to go, because if you are in the middle of the trail, mountain, and it starts to rain, then what can you do?
Yeah, but there was another route to a waterfall, which was close. It was like 15-20 minutes max hike, but it was proper hike. It was like extremely steep. We were climbing up, and Camila was kind of brave, because she came with us with her sneakers on, but Linda she didn't. She just stayed there, probably for the better. But it was tougher a bit to get there.
I think because we saw a picture or a sign with a bear actually, so we just realized like, okay, there are bears here. So I'm like, we asked the guy at the restaurant, so there are bears here, is it dangerous? But he said no, it's
he was
the bears are scared.
He was like, there was only 2 attacks.
Like,
a bit further down we were like, okay.
No, but he said that the bears are scared, so they don't gonna come and attack you.
And normally when you have these accidents, it's because people are silly and they want to get close to the bear, they want to take pictures with it or selfies with it. Like, come on, like. And I'm kind of sad, because if you normally when you have an attack with a bear, they also, I don't know if all the time, but a lot of the times they put down the bear. And I think it's so sad to kill the bear for a stupid human, I think. Like, come on, people, like, why do you need that stupid selfie with the bear? Just let it go, have a look, and then go to the opposite direction. Like,
you don't want to go close to a bear.
Yeah, like, but people are just silly. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just so silly to do that. And then I think it's more sad for the animal to To be honest, if I would be the one managing that forest, or I'm not sure who's deciding on it, I would not kill the bear because it kills a stupid human who goes into its territory. I'm sorry, but then I would say I'm sorry, but next time that person will be a bit more careful. I mean, there will be no next time for the person, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, and then about food culture, because we kind of, like on our last day when we had this adventurous hike, it started pouring, so we kind of just decided to drive back to our apartment. Actually, we didn't drive back to our accommodation, but we just went to a restaurant. And we were like, okay, it's a perfect place, our time, and to check out the local food. And also just maybe to chill a bit because I think Lind was exhausted. And then we could just kind of chat and chill a bit because we were very active, I think.
They have really good food. I like the food there.
Very like
all the restaurants
food.
had really nice good food, big portions.
I agree.
They have this yota soup.
Yeah.
Is it yota?
Yota, yeah.
It's
sauerkraut, beans, and some smoked meat, and potato as well, right? It was, I mean, the look itself, I think we're going to put a picture up there. The look itself was not super attractive. But the taste was very good.
Very, very good.
It tasted very good. So I would definitely recommend to try. And I also tried their mushroom soup. That was super nice as well. I think they have a lot of mushrooms in the woods as well.
Yeah, and you can eat fish, which is fresh from the river.
Trout. They have a lot of trout. That was super nice as well. And I love that side dish we ate with the spinach.
Oh, yeah, spinach with potato.
Yeah. It's kind of like a bit mushy and kind of cooked together. It was so good. It was so good. So we had a lot of nice food. So interesting, right? Because and they also had this goulash stew, which is, of course, we are from Hungary. We have goulash soup. So for us, that's the original. This goulash stew is rather, it's what we say purkled a bit.
Yeah.
We tried that with puliska. Or polenta.
Polenta.
Which was also very nice. I don't think we ate anything bad there.
No, everything was really delicious, really big portions.
Yeah.
The restaurants were all really nice.
Yeah. So, definitely a place to go, I would say.
For sure.
What else we would recommend? Because now I'm just thinking, if you good guys want to travel to Slovenia, what else I would recommend? I would definitely recommend bring the swimsuits, bring the hiking shoes, some warmer hiking shoes like long sleeves, but also maybe some rain jacket, a lighter version again, because you are in the mountains, it can come and go.
Yeah.
And what else? I think this is the most, and of course some shorts and t-shirts, because when you hike a lot, you will warm up, and you will not feel that cold anymore. And if the sun comes out, even better, then you're gonna feel hot. Then you can even jump in the river and swim a bit. But I think this is the most important thing, because it's not a place to go out. Like one of our friends brought her party outfit, but it's not a place to party.
No.
It's just nature, and go out, get some fresh air, and hike and see the nature and animals. There were so many like butterflies and salamander. There were this black and yellow. I think we can put a picture of it as well. There were a lot of bear, which we haven't seen though. But a lot of very lively nature, I would say. Nothing dangerous, I think, in general.
Yeah.
But it's just very lively, very calm, peaceful, quiet.
Yeah, and you can also rent a bike because many people were like riding bikes. I mean, if you are trained enough to go, up to the hill with a bike.
You can get the electric version if you are too weak.
Yeah.
But biking, and I think you can also do the wilder canoe and kayak on the river.
Yeah, on the river, canyoning.
And they have apparently a very long zip line, which we didn't do because Linda was scared. But
they have like the biggest in Europe or something like that.
One of the longest in Europe, yeah. So you can go in between the mountains where you probably have beautiful views.
Yeah, for sure.
they have so many waterfalls. Like I think we've seen, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, a lot.
4, at least 4, and I think we only seen just a few. And I'm a bit sad that we didn't get to Bled Lake, but that's for another
it
trip.
was a short trip actually, because one day was just driving. We spent 2 days there, and then Monday we were like already coming back, a whole day almost driving again. Yeah. So it was a kind of a short trip. So maybe it's worth to go maybe a little bit like a longer trip if you have a possibility.
Yeah. Yes. So it was nice, and our accommodation was super nice as well. It was like an apartment with a beautiful view to the mountains. Also quite spacious. We had a lot of rooms. So I think it was a very good trip in general. Yeah. And we also decided, because we always kind of talk about, okay, what's going to be our next trip. We kind of already decided. I think there was some discussion. Should we just put, all of us pick a destination and we put it in a box and then we just pick one. Yeah. But I think we kind of agreed already what we're going to go with.
But we'll see, because it's still 1 year ahead, so
a lot
anything
of things can
happen.
Change. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Anything else we would mention about Slovenia?
I think more or less we covered what we wanted to say. So
I
think we can just close our episode today. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
and Spotify. Yeah, guys, because I think now we kind of decided. So our newest, we share episodes every second week. So you have good enough time to, catch up in case you're busy. But if you register or subscribe, then you can get some notification when we get our newest episode out. So that's good to do. Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for today.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.